Blessings unto the heart, the mind, and the soul of your beings. I am Lady Master Natasha. Beloved ones, it is with the greatest of joy that we, the Council of Eight, interact with your beings in this manner. For you and your lives are continuing to expand your consciousness, continuing to awaken, as it were, to be more than you have ever been, more than you have recognized yourself as being in this form that you call human, in this form that you call you. But in the calling of this form, in the naming of this form, spirit in human form often tends to make an identification error, tends to identify with the form in which it's living. But that would be like saying that you are the house that you are living in, or the apartment, or the tent, or the car you are driving. They are just things that hold you, contain you, and so is your physical form. It is a thing that contains you. And who is this you? Who is this you that it contains? That is what you have been unraveling for yourselves since the first day you thought to ask the question, who am I? And why am I here? What is my purpose? As always, anyone from the other side who has awakened or who has lived the journey of being human and gotten off of, as it were, the wheel of rebirth will say, you are more than what you perceive yourself to be. They will say, you are that which animates the form in which you live. But when you exit the form, fully exit the form, all of your energy, which can take perhaps 3 days to exit the form, when all of it exits the form, that is who you are. That is what you are. There is training, of course, around the world and in other universes. There is training for conscious immortality. There is training for physical conscious immortality. For the beloveds, when you leave the form that is not you, that is in service to you, but is not you, when you leave the form, you leave it with the consciousness that was you until you left. What that means, beloveds, is that if you were someone who loved life, if you were someone who was in joy of living and giving, receiving, growing, and glowing, as it were, this is the consciousness that you leave with. If you were someone who was afraid and shy, or traumatized, or miserable, or fearful, when you leave the form, you are also that trauma and that misery. That is why, beloveds, you are seeking in your life experience to be more than you have ever been before. You are seeking to let go of what we discussed in the last month, as it were, the restrictions that bind you to less than. So you have had between now and then to look daily upon your life and acknowledge for yourself what created reactions within you. What did you react to in life? What did you react to joyfully? What did you react to with anger? What did you react to peacefully? What did you react to with curiosity? What did you react to with jealousy? What did you react to with any form of emotion? For this is what you're seeking to pull out of the self, as it were, You're constantly gardeners of the soul. You're constantly weeding yourself, as it were, pulling out the roots of those things that will cause you to leave a center of peace or a center of ecstasy or a center of joy that is tranquility. This area, your heart song within the being that you are, is what you are seeking to make love to. It is what you are seeking to hold as your favorite space, your favorite place, your favorite feeling or feelings. It is that place of nowness, and perhaps for some of you, newness, that you wish to hold on to. And when you learn within yourself how to have this space unperturbed, then you have imprinted the spirit that you are with these vibrations so that when you leave your form, if you do, you take this with you, and this is the vibration that you are. This describes who you are. The other side might see it as a flower, might see you as the colors of a flower. You are easy to read, beloveds, when you are out of a human form, for all of the vibrations of which you are made have color, they have frequency, and you can give them form. You can make yourself be looking like a flower. You can make yourself be looking like a sacred geometrical shape. It is the colors and the frequencies of who you are that make you readable. This is the writing that exists in other dimensions, the colors and the frequencies. They can be heard or read or interpreted as a song, as a poem, as a harmony, or as a disharmony. And what you are emanating within the core of your being, your heart song, what you are emanating at any time, is what you will be emanating as or with if and when you ever leave your physical form. So when you travel astrally, when you lay the body down either purposefully or in sleep, and you lift from the form, who you have been up until that moment is who you are when you are traveling. When you are traveling astrally, the frequencies that you emit are like a bird's song in the sense that they are creating for you the world around you. That is what your bird song does on your planet. Your songbirds are extremely important because they are some of the master energy that creates nature's responses and that allows nature to know when to do this and when to do that and when not to do this, etc. It is a language of life, and the birds are a part of this. The bees are a part of this. They create a hum that is a frequency, and it is essential for the well-being of all creatures on your planet, human form and other forms that are in nature. So the frequency, the vibration, the hum, the song, the singing, the feeling, the joy, all of this is the language of life when you are not limited by speech, as it were, when you are not limited by words and having to become a wordsmith, as it were, so that you could find, like we, the Council of Eight, must do, that which will be strung together like a necklace of pearls, as it were, so that you might adorn yourself with new frequencies, new learning, new understandings. So all of this is not new to your being, but we have discovered there is more than one way, as it were, to bake a pound cake. Yes, there are many recipes for baking a pound cake, just as there are many ways to get across a meaning that consciousness seeks so desperately to understand and to hold on to. So we, the Council of Eight, have a variety of ways and methods and conversations to emphasize many of the same points that we wish to get across, much of the same information which you have heard but not fully understood or not activated completely in your lives yet to your benefit. So yes, there is repetition, but always in a slightly different manner. Yes, a little bit different recipe tweak, just to keep life tasty. Yes. And so, beloveds, in this moment, if you will allow yourself to sit gently within your body, very gently, closing your eyes if they are not already closed, becoming aware of how you feel. You are inside the form that you wear. It is your vehicle for life. It is your clothing for the spirit that you are. Become aware of it. Do you feel lightness? Do you feel heaviness? Do you feel a buzzing? Do you feel a deepening? What does the energy that you are in this moment feel like to your being? Take a snapshot, not visually, but kinesthetically, of your feeling in the moment. Because this tells you how full you are or how freed you are of restrictions that limit you. This awareness is essential. It is essential because when you shift realities and you let go of that which has burdened your energy field, you will feel lighter. You will feel as though there is more room inside of you to hold the light. You will feel as though you have lost weight. You will feel as though some heaviness that you carried with you is gone. And this can happen over and over again, beloveds. So when it happens the first time and you are aware that you are lighter than you have been, it does not mean your journey is complete. It does not mean there is nothing else to send on its way, as it were. And now you can feel yourself lighter and deeper, because in the realization that you did not have to keep hold of everything that once was a truth but is no longer, some of you have already let it go. And the visualizations that you might use, beloved ones, are the many. Some will use colored butterflies flying off, as it were, to some place where they can be recalibrated to a different energy. Some will use vapor. Some will use smoke. Some will use bats. Some will use dark birds flying off. Some will use a violet fire sparks. Some of you will think to take a bowl, as it were, a crystal bowl, and fill it full of violet fire, as it were. And when you realize someone in your life has created a reaction, you will toss that someone into the bowl, not because it is that someone who needs shifting, but because they represent for you an emotion, a quality, a thought form, a judgment. They represent something to you. They are symbolic for an aspect of consciousness within you. And so when you toss them in, it is not them and their life you are shifting. It is the symbol they represent for you about yourself. Some of you will throw many people in, as it were. Old childhood memories, places, people, things, events. And then As you stir it all around, you realize the power of the violet fire to transmute all that no longer serves. This is an energy that you might call living. You might call it sentient. And the reason we say might is because the energy has a frequency whose sole purpose is transmutation. And so in this, it knows its job. It knows its purpose. Its purpose is to and trans in this case means change energy from that which was heavy and that which did not serve the self and that which was restrictive and that which was not an upward spiraling energy into a freed energy that could then be called forth again into life and become something else. So your symbols, beloveds, are important to you, and they are important to your soul. They are important to the energy of life, because these symbols are like a song. These symbols are like a frequency. They are like a color. They have a meaning, and you do not need words to describe the color, the symbol, the picture, for their frequency is description enough. Now feel yourself again in this moment. Be aware. Where is your hearing? Where is your thinking? What is the space within you like? Is it open? Is it lighter? Is it the same? There is no right answer, beloveds. Just being aware of yourself in this now moment. Are you light? Are you heavy? Are you open? Are you closed? Are you letting go of more? Are you just being and noticing? In all of this, take a deep and gentle breath and let it go. And do this again. Let it go. And do this again. And let it go. And now imagine, if you would, gently placing your attention to that which you might see if you were able to look out of your third eye, out of the area where the forehead is, or the energy field between where your eyebrows come to meet just above your nose. This area. Imagining this area as a window through which your consciousness can enter into other dimensions, other gateways, other places, whether it is a dream state or an astral journey, whether it is simply a painting that you are consciously going to create. We ask you in this moment just to notice how that feels to your being. Does it feel stressed all of a sudden? Have you tensed up? Have you tightened yourself? Have you restricted your heart center by focusing on this area? If so, call in the violet fire. And instead of focusing on this center, this third eye, go back to the heart center and let the violet fire be alive and moving and vibrant in the heart center. And travel with it up through the neck area, up through the face area to the third eye, and let it blossom as a flower, as it were, any kind of flower that you love, but it will be violet in color. But when you focus on a flower in this area, you will notice there is no tension in your being. You will notice it disappears. The flower is invitational. This is the power of symbolism, beloveds. The symbol that brings you peace, or that brings you contentment or satisfaction or ease, is the symbol that works, we shall say, for you and the soul of your being. And notice your heart center as well. Notice how it is different. Now, if you will, take another deep and gentle breath. And of course, you exhale all that which no longer serves the physical form. Now we ask of you to imagine that you are sitting upon what is called the flower of life, if you are familiar with it. If you are not familiar with the flower of life, imagine you are sitting inside of a hula hoop, a circle, if you will, a hoop. And imagine that this is green, spring green, color of green grass. And imagine, if you will, that by your desire and your intention, this hoop, this circle, this flower of life radiates luminescent green energy. This is the spring green of Buddha. This is the spring green that heals worries. This is the spring green of health and healing and of new beginnings. And allow this circle, this flower of life that you are in, to emanate these energies upwards, as it were, so that a column of green is forming around you, spring green, and filling you, filling all of the form that you wear, filling all of the other bodies you have, your emotional body, your astral body, your emotions, and astral and physical, now all in the green, filling your vibrational body, filling your spiritual body, filling your soul body, filling all of the 7 bodies that you are, and the power of this green that feeds and fills and nourishes. And let it be there in its strength and power. And if you wish more, you have only to ask. For the sacred geometry, even the circle, the flower of life continue to emanate. And in your mind's eye, place this circle, this flower of life, in duplicate form under where you sleep, your bed or chair, wherever it is that you sleep. Place it in its green emanation under where you sleep. And we, the Council of 8, invite you to activate this green field every evening when you enter the place where you sleep. Remember it is there. See it in your mind's eye. Know that you are in this column of green light as it emanates. And remember what all of the things that green is for. All of the vibration, all of the gifting, all of the healing, the renewal energy, the Buddhic green, and see it in all of your being, in your blood, in your muscles and bones, in your arteries and veins, in your skin, in all of the space that you are, in all that you are on all 7 bodies. And if you agree to do this, you will notice a different you when next we meet. That will be from 2 weeks, 2 weeks from this moment. That is a short time to make such a difference in a physical form or an emotional form or a mental form. But you will notice it, and it will be because you have done this experiment. You have begun taking charge of yourself and the forms and shapes and symbols of life and the colors. For when you know the colors, you know how they feel. You know when you call upon it, it is not just something in your mind. It is a vibration, a frequency. Each color has its purpose. And these colors are light. They are fluorescent, as it were. They're not opaque. They are vibrant, very vibrant, as are you, beloveds. In this moment, take a deep breath and breathe in this green and fill your lungs. And when you exhale, allow that which no longer serves to go wherever it can be requalified into something better. And when you do something like this, beloveds, your inner world is trained in the pattern of 3. So when you do it once, it is good. When you do it twice, it is better. When you do it 3 times, it is best. With a deep and gentle breath, allow yourself to bring your consciousness fully back into the form that it uses to navigate Earth. Breathing deeply and gently, and noticing more lightness in yourself. Noticing more harmony in yourself. Noticing what you notice. For you are the creator, beloveds. You are the ones creating what you are feeling, what you are thinking, what you are smelling. You are the creators. Namaste to the heart, the mind, and the soul of your beings. So be it.